On the news tonight, United States government announces new measures to address rising mass killings and attacks on Christians in Nigeria. Senate moves to toughen anti-kidnapping laws, approving a proposal to impose the death penalty on kidnappers. State Police Command warns residents to desist from using fireworks and knockout during the Yuletide season. And abroad, leaders of Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda set to sign peace deal in Washington. Good evening and welcome to Delta Television Main News. I am Pauline Okolie. You can also follow our news online on Facebook at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba and on YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba or visit our website. The United States government has announced new measures to address rising mass killings and attacks on Christians in Nigeria. The U.S. State Department says it is considering visa restrictions for individuals and groups linked to the violence, targeting those accused of supporting or carrying out religiously motivated attacks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio explained that Washington is taking action against radical groups including Fulani militias and other extremists, under Section 212, subsection 3(c) of the U.S. Immigration and Nationality Act. America may deny visas to offenders and their immediate family members. This follows concerns raised by U.S. House Republicans over increasing attacks on Christian communities. The move comes as President Donald Trump has again placed Nigeria on the list of countries of particular concern, citing ongoing killings of Christians. The U.S. House Subcommittee on Africa has also opened a hearing to examine possible sanctions and other measures against individuals linked to the violence. Back home, President Bola Tinubu has approved Nigeria's delegation to the new U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group on Security after high-level talks led by National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu in Washington. The collaboration aims to strengthen efforts against terrorism, banditry, and religious attacks across the country. The Senate has moved to toughen anti-kidnapping laws, approving a proposal to impose the death penalty on kidnappers, their sponsors, informants, and anyone who aids such crimes. The measure seeks to clarify kidnapping and related offenses as acts of terrorism. Lawmakers cited rising abductions, ransom killings, and attacks across Kwara, Kebbi, and Niger states as reasons for urgent action. Senate leader Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele expressed concern that kidnapping had evolved into organized and violent acts affecting schools, farms, and communities, with other senators, including Adams Oshomole, Orji Uzor Kalu, and Abba Moro, supporting the bill, warning that enablers must face capital punishment. The bill has been referred to the Senate Committees on Judiciary, the National Security, and the Interior, which are expected to report on it within 2 weeks. The House of Representatives has asked the federal government to reverse the removal of civic education, computer studies, electrical installation, and other subjects from the West African Examinations Council WAEC registration portal. The call followed a motion of urgent public importance moved by Honorable Oboku Ofoji, representing Yenagwa Opokuma Federal Constituency. Honorable Ofoji warned that the timing of the policy was wrong, noting that the affected subjects were vital to national development and essential for digital literacy. He said thousands of SS3 students preparing for the 2026 WASC are now confused, having studied the subjects since SS1. Following a voice vote, the House urged the Ministry of Education to rescind the directive immediately and allow students to write the subjects already studied. And an ad hoc committee was also set up to ensure compliance. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has ended the first quarter of its nationwide continuous voter registration exercise and announced that the voter register will be displayed for public review from the 15th to the 21st of this month. A statement from INEC said the exercise, which began on August 18 with online pre-registration, will formally close on the 10th. The statement noted that over 9.8 million online pre-registrations were recorded, with 2.57 million completed. It urged citizens who registered, transferred, or updated their details to verify their information during the review period, while adding that the second phase of the exercise will resume on January 5 next year. The state government has reaffirmed its commitment to a fully digital justice delivery system. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Ekemejiro Owovoriole, SAN, stated this while commending the House Committee on Rules, Business, Legal and Judicial Matters for its strong support during the 2025-2026 budget defense. Anthony Amoa reports.
Speaking after the ministry's budget presentation, the Attorney General, represented by the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Mr. Mamuzo Erebe SAN, said the committee's backup was crucial to advancing Governor Sheriff Oboriwori's vision for a modern, efficient and accessible justice system.
With their support, we've been able to actualize His Excellency's more agenda, particularly in the justice sector. As you know, the citizenry, when they don't have the confidence that justice is delivered, it becomes a problem. And so we in the Ministry of Justice, we've decided to ensure that we put that justice delivery at the forefront. Now, we have what we call the virtual court hearing system already running in Delta State. That is where the defendant gives evidence from the correctional center. So the challenge of having to bring the defendant to court physically does no longer arise.
Mr. Erebe stressed that public trust in the justice sector remained vital to societal stability, explaining that the ministry was giving priority to access to justice and transparency through a number of digital reforms.
We are also in the process of digitizing our operations itself in the Ministry of Justice. So you see that when we receive a file from the police, that file is put in the system itself. So the Attorney General, wherever he is able to monitor the movement of that file from the very minute the file gets to the office. It also helps us to keep to timelines. So you see, all these are things that we are doing to ensure that access to justice is prioritized and justice is provided to the common man at no cost.
He disclosed that the ministry was rolling out a statewide criminal biometrics project which would capture photographs, fingerprints, and iris scans of individuals who had passed through the state's criminal justice system, thus enhancing case tracking, security, and identity.
Justice is provided to the common man at no cost. Particularly, as you know, His Excellency approved for us last year for us to upload the laws of Delta State. So every citizen in Delta State can access the laws of Delta State free of charge at the expense of the Delta State government. All you need to do is just click the button and you have access to the laws. So you don't have to come and look for somebody in the House of Assembly to show you that law or beg a lawyer or anything. You can access it on your own. It helps us also to ensure that people who want to invest in our state, they can access our laws. Because investors want to know that, okay, do they have a good legal system? What are their laws? Are they taxing people ordinarily, wrongly, or double taxation? Those are things that they want to know, and you can access that through our laws.
Antonia Mowa reporting.
Governor Sheriff Oboriwori has congratulated the Oroje of Okpe Kingdom and Chairman of Delta State Council of Traditional Rulers, Orowe I, on his birth anniversary. In a statement by Chief Press Secretary Sir Festus Ahun, Governor Oboriwori praised the monarch for his outstanding contributions to peace, development, and nation building, describing him as a bridge builder of integrity whose influence resonated across the state and the nation. The governor commended the royal father for decades of exemplary leadership, noting his steadfast commitment to harmony, cultural preservation, and the progress of Okpe Kingdom. as well as for his guidance, support for the present administration, and remarkable role in uniting his subjects while strengthening the traditional institution. He prayed for continued good health, wisdom, and strength for the traditional ruler. The newly sworn-in chairman of the National Population Commission (NPC), Dr. Adamu Yusuf, has vowed to conduct a transparent and credible national census that Nigerians can trust. Speaking to newsmen after taking office with two commissioners, taking oath of office with two commissioners, Dr. Yusuf said his immediate focus was ensuring the exercise is acceptable to the public. He expressed confidence in his team and the Commission's leadership, emphasizing that the census remained the core mandate most Nigerians associated with the NPC, noting that with a competent team and experienced Director General, he was ready to deliver a head count that reflected accuracy and transparency. Nigeria's last census was in 2006, with repeated delays since then due to funding, insecurity, and logistical challenges. The State Police Command has warned residents to desist from using fireworks and knockouts this Christmas season. A police statement said the ban remained in force because criminals often use the noise as cover to commit offenses. The statement directed senior officers and the divisional police officers to enforce the ban across the state. It urged parents to caution their children while warning traders to stop selling fireworks or face arrest. The command appealed for public cooperation and urged residents to report any use or sale of fireworks to the nearest police station. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has upheld a Federal High Court judgment barring the Directorate of Road Traffic Services (VIO) from stopping or impounding vehicles on public roads. The appellate court affirmed the earlier October 4, 2024 decision, ruling that VIO lacks the legal authority to stop vehicles and impose fines on motorists. The three-member panel dismissed the VIO's appeal and resolved all issues against the agency. Delivering the lead judgment, Justice Oyejoju Oyebiola Oyewumi held that the appeal had no merit. The court awarded a cost of 1 million naira against the VIO and in favor of the respondent, rights activist and public interest lawyer Abubakar Marshall. You're watching Delta Television Main News. Still to come, leaders of Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda set to sign peace deal in Washington. Please stay with us. We'll be back.
If tanker wey carry fuel fall or pipe wey carry fuel for underground burst, wetin you go do? You go begin bail fuel put for your bucket, or you go run comot far for where the fire go soon come. Na only small time you get to take this wise decision. Waka comot, no, that one no dey enough. Shift, no, that one no dey enough. Stay there dey gist and take pictures with your phone. That na madness. Run, yes, run comot. Yes, your life depend on wetin you do. The fire go come at once and you no go fit control am. Why? Petrol dey catch fire easily. Why? Na just small spark go start big fire. So no stay there dey think. Run comot quick to save your life. No throway your life away because of say you wan pack petrol. Take this advice. This informate na from Public Enlightenment Office, Delta Broadcasting Service, Asaba.
Oborewori government, they do numerous projects. And it still they go on to they approve new projects. And it not still they borrow money. Think am. No be lie. Delta government just approve projects worth 230 billion. Governor Oborewori understand say when good road network dey, it help the economy to dey robust. Even individual businesses go dey thrive. Both transportations.
I hear say Governor Oborewori don approve Agbo flyover 59 billion.
Yes, I hear am.
And flyover for Ogeli Patani Highway for Otowodo Junction. Also, Sapele Dual Carriage 35 billion.
Yes, I dey aware.
Wait till Oga Friday. I hear say all these road constructions wey dey go on for Delta State na across the 3 senatorial districts.
Now everywhere. Why you ask?
I hear say Governor Sheriff dey do road for Isoko Nation.
Governor Sheriff, they do numerous roads there. Don't forget say Governor Sheriff don't complete Emefo Road Phase 1. As for the talk, so Phase 2 dey in progress. Governor Sheriff don't do Utekpo Road for Elu. Also for that Elu, construction of Arade Road still dey in progress. Governor Sheriff, they do road for Emede. He still they do for Olomo Road, Igide Road. Also, 3 internal roads for Ideheze community. Construction of bridge dey in progress for Asaba Ase. And this Asaba Ase bridge, when it dey completed, it will connect Uzere for Isoko South to Asaba Ase for
Don't do. Governor Sheriff more agenda. Nari matter. Governor Sheriff came prepared to govern with excellence. Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
Glad to welcome you back to Delta Television Main News. And from the foreign scene, the leaders of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda are set to sign a peace deal in Washington at a summit hosted by the United States President, Mr. Donald Trump. This comes as fresh fighting erupted in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, with the army accusing M23 rebels of trying to derail the process, while the rebels alleged government forces breached a ceasefire. The M23 had earlier seized large areas in the region, causing heavy casualties and displacing thousands, but hope remained high that the new agreement will restore stability. Meta has begun removing Australian children under 16 from Instagram, Facebook, and Threads ahead of a new national social media ban. The company last month warned users aged 13 to 15 that their accounts will be shut down from 4th of December. About 150,000 Facebook accounts and 350,000 Instagram accounts are expected to be affected, while Threads would also be impacted because it operated through Instagram. Australia's world first ban takes effect on December 10, with tech companies facing fines of up to $32.5 million if they fail to block under 16s from using their platforms. And still from the foreign scene, the Ugandan government has stopped granting asylum and refugee status to people from Eritrea, Somalia, and Ethiopia, citing severe funding shortfalls for the significant policy shift. Uganda's Minister for Refugees, Hilary Onek, announced that the government would no longer grant the status to new arrivals from countries not experiencing war. The decision from a country, one of the world's most progressive in its approach to migration, has raised concerns that thousands of people will be left in legal and humanitarian limbo. Mr. Onek put the blame on lack of money, saying the situation was there with people hearing the costs. The minister was speaking at the handover of 2,544 tons of rice donated by South Korea to the United Nations World Food Programme, WFP, which will support about 600,000 refugees across 13 settlements. The contribution, worth $2.9 million, was received in the UN agency's warehouse in the northern Ugandan city of Gulu. In business, The Federal Executive Council has approved the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework with an oil benchmark of $64.85 per barrel, an exchange rate of 1,512 naira to $1 for the 2026 budget. Briefing State House correspondents after the meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Atiku Bagudu, said the framework will be transmitted to the National Assembly by Monday next week, December 8. Mr. Bagudu said the framework adopts a target oil production of 2,006 million barrels per day, but uses 1.8 million barrels per day for budgeting to avoid revenue shortfalls. He also projected gross Federation revenue at 50.74 trillion naira to be shared among the three tiers of government. The minister announced expected federal government revenue of 34.33 trillion naira and major spending items including debt service of 15.91 trillion naira and personnel costs of 15.27 trillion naira. He added that President Bola Tinubu had directed stronger policy coordination and tighter measures to curb revenge leakages. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced new cash withdrawal limits and removed all deposit caps nationwide. A statement by the Apex Bank said the changes aim to cut cash handling costs and strengthen security. The statement said individuals could now withdraw up to 500,000 naira weekly, while companies might take up to 5 million naira, adding that withdrawals above the limits attracted charges of 3% for individuals and 5% for corporates. The CBN also scrapped previous deposit limits, saying the move would boost liquidity and promote wider use of electronic payment channels. Still on business, the Managing Director of the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, Mr. Thompson Oludare Sunday, has reassured Nigerians of the corporation's commitment to securing depositors' funds. Speaking at the NDIC Special Day during the 46th Kano International Trade Fair, Mr. Oludare Sunday said the fair promotes financial literacy and supports small businesses. He noted that the NDIC, working with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, had increased deposit insurance coverage to 5 million naira for commercial banks, mobile money operators, and non-interest banks, while microfinance and mortgage banks now enjoy 2 million naira coverage. This, he said, protects about 99% of depositors. Mr. Oludare Sunday also warned Nigerians against investing in Ponzi schemes, stressing that only funds kept in CBN licensed banks were insured. Let's join our sports news desk for happenings in the world of sports.
Team Nigeria has emerged winners of the maiden edition of the West Africa Para Games after winning 59 gold, 39 silver, and 31 bronze medals. Benin Republic placed a distant second after collecting 4 gold, 4 silver, and 14 bronze medals, with Ghana in third place after picking 3 gold, 15 silver, and 21 bronze medals, while Cameroon placed fourth after winning 1 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals. The chairman of the National Sports Commission, Mr. Malam Shehu Diko, lauded the athletes' performance, saying it was a historic event and a wonderful victory for Nigeria. The president of the Nigerian Paralympic Committee, Sunday Odebode, lauded the local organizing committee led by Mr. Victor Achakpo for putting up a superb organization that will become the standard for future games. In another development, the chairman of the Delta State Football Association, Chief Godwin Adude, has assured the 2 teams that will be representing the state in the Nigerian Nationwide League 2 of the body support. Chief Adude, speaking in Asaba, said Ogumbo United Football Club of Saple and Big Daddy Football Club of Agbo will be given the support needed to help them excel in the nation's 4th tier league. He enjoined the 2 clubs to see themselves as the state's ambassadors in the NLO2 and must work hard to gain promotion to the nation's wide League 1 next year. Jude Agbayeke reporting.
Our thought for the day: a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Now for a rundown of the major stories in our bulletin this evening. The United States government has announced new measures to address rising mass killings and attacks on Christians in Nigeria. The U.S. State Department says it is considering visa restrictions for individuals and groups linked to the violence, targeting those accused of supporting or carrying out religiously motivated attacks. The Senate has moved to toughen anti-kidnapping laws, approving a proposal to impose the death penalty on kidnappers, their sponsors, informants, and anyone who aids such crimes. The State Police Command has warned residents to desist from using fireworks and knockout this Christmas season. A police statement said the ban remained in force because criminals often use the noise as cover to commit offenses. And abroad, the leaders of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda are set to sign a peace deal in Washington at a summit hosted by the United States President, Mr. Donald Trump. And that's our news tonight. You can also follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube. Our data broadcasting service as about visit our website www.dbsasaba.com. Thank you very much for watching. I am Pauline Okoli. Good night.